Today on Suncoast View, the blurry line between work and personal cell phone use. The city of Venice is taking on text messages.
These precious pups are popping up all over the Suncoast. Today we'll meet the artists responsible for joining in on the Southeastern Guide Dogs for their superheroes on parade.
Carving Halloween pumpkins with a family is fun, but cleaning up the mess can be downright spooky. Today, our mommy blogger has tips to make mess-free memories. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our senior producer, Joey Panic. Great to have you with us.
Hey, hello.
You look so glamorous.
Dapper.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
The black, I'm ready for...
Thanks. I was having kind of a rough Monday, and I thought, I don't know where I read it, probably like in a Dove chocolate bar or something, but there was a tip that said dress for the day you want to have, and I thought, all right, I'd like to have
I like
this
that.
day.
Do you like to go out to like a fine restaurant and dancing? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yes. Is that an offer? Because I'll take it. Although I have to say, this probably is not worth, but I thought this was a black tie, and now I look at it up against a black jacket, and I think it's blue. So
That's awesome.
So I'm trying to have the day I want to have, but I'm.
But you're still on Monday.
Stressing. Yes.
This is true, but I didn't know it until
I wouldn't have noticed
out.
it.
And I think black and blue is okay. I think black and
I
blue
think
is
so.
okay these days.
Yeah.
I have seen that
No
before.
rules. No rules Monday.
It's too close to even notice.
Yeah, somebody would have to stand like this for a long time.
And if they're looking that close, they need not
Exactly.
And I don't know about that whole dress with the day you want to have, because I'd still be in pajamas. That was the kind of day I felt like having earlier. So. But that's because we have too much fun on the weekends around here, and that's a good problem to have. And Joey, you mentioned there was a lot going on in one of the local neighborhoods this weekend.
Yes, right in my neighborhood in Southgate in Sarasota, Arlington Park had Porch Fest, which apparently I think this might be the second year they've done it.
Yes, they have it before.
I didn't know about this before. It is 40 different local bands are playing in people's yards or on their porches. We don't have a lot of porches in Sarasota, but throughout 20 different homes, 40 bands. It was really, really great. It reminds me of like something they do in Austin. I love this stuff, so I hope we see more of it. Really cool
Did
event.
you just wander around?
Yeah, you can wander around. People set up lawn chairs and parked, so they had a really good schedule. So you didn't feel like you were missing out. Yep.
Oh, I
there was
like
food
that.
at different locations.
Block off the streets so you could wander across
really
the streets.
nice. Those streets are side streets, so they don't typically have a ton of traffic anyway.
Yes.
So it's just a really great event.
And you get to know your neighbors, and you feel close to your community.
I know, isn't it awful? They're like, hi, you've lived here for 10 years. It's nice to meet you.
Right. No, it's great to see those kind of community events, because I think we
Yeah.
all know that knowing our neighbors and having those relationships really really makes the community stronger. So, well, good. Glad to hear about that. We have a good friend in the kitchen today. We want to welcome back Chef Joey from Louie's Modern. Good to see you again. What are we making today?
Hey, today we're going to make a ahi tuna poke salad with torched avocado and taro root chips.
Torched.
I thought I saw a torch over
I was going to say, you just said our favorite word, and it wasn't tuna poke, it was torch.
We love playing with fire.
Do we get to play with fire today?
Absolutely.
Oh, all
That's
right.
got me in trouble before.
Yeah, we usually let Bo Beth torch. She's what do you call yourself? Bob Vila. She calls herself Bob Vila. I don't know if that works in the kitchen, but she likes power tools, so torches are part of it.
Right up my alley.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll join you in just a little bit. I hope you didn't miss it, and if you do, I'm pretty sure you can find it online. But we had an amazing 3-year anniversary celebration right here on Suncoast View. We want to give a big thank you to Michael Klauber from Michael's on East. He brought us a selection of champagne and sparkling wine. Always great to be with him. And we also want to point out that Michael is being honored this week by Scope Sarasota. That is their annual Boundary Crosser Award. And it's for all the different work he does in the community. And there is a dinner this Wednesday night at Michael's on East. So for more information on that, you can go to scopesarasota.org. But so many different things go on at Michael's on East in a week. It's just amazing.
Everything happens there.
But
you could just stay there, and there'd be a party coming to you every day.
It's crazy.
But it's not just the fact that all those events are there. He's really active in the community and trying to make sure that a lot of the restaurants work together to bring, just make the area just more acclaimed and known.
Yeah, he brings the restaurants together.
Yeah,
and brings all of us together.
And even internationally, he has certainly been fortunate enough to take many trips and safaris, and South Africa is one of his favorite destinations. I'm excited, since going there is on my bucket list, and it didn't happen anytime soon. So South Africa is kind of coming to us. This year, he is doing Safari Sarasota, and there's going to be food and wine, kind of like ingress dinners where you you can learn about exactly what happens in their culture and how it comes to here, and it's all for charity to help about giving some education dollars to where they need it most in South Africa. So
And there are places. I was in South Africa in January for a couple of weeks. What an awesome place. But I saw things, people living in conditions that go back like 300 years.
Wow.
They'd never seen a television.
wow.
Or football.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
wow, that's
So that's something you'll be able to find an event that's coming up here with Michael Klobber. So some good stuff happening right here in our area. It is time for our first hot topic. And using your personal cell phone for work could result in a big legal mess. So a forensic data retrieval firm is examining the cell phones of all City of Venice employees, their personal and work phones. So here's the problem. It was discovered that the city could not capture text messages on city phones. So workers were told to stop texting. Well, not all of them did. They just started using their personal phones to send work-related texts. But due to sunshine laws and transparency needed in city business, now those phones need to be investigated. Do you use your personal phone ever for work?
I don't, but I feel bad for those people. Can you imagine?
Well, and that's all I
Your
use is
entire
one phone.
personal
Me too.
life.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I use mine for business because there was a company I worked for, not this company, but another company that said you've got to write down every call you make, the time it starts, the time it ends, what you talked about, and explain the whole thing for every phone call. So I said, I'll just use my own. So then I got in the habit of it.
Right,
Just
but
use
the work business that you did on your own phone, they technically
look.
own.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what a mess.
They'll be so bored going through mine.
Well, I don't like the intermingling. So I wouldn't use my work phone for personal or my personal for work because I don't want to have any excuse for anyone going through my personal stuff.
And that's the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to be. I mean, you're doing it right. I can't
Right.
handle multiple devices. I carry one. It gets used for everything.
Me too. I use my phone. This is how I check work emails, so this is bad. But I'm also trying to train people. I've used my personal email address for business when I was a freelancer for so long. And I'm trying, and I'm 2 years in now,
hard.
trying to train them, hey, send all of this to, because I check those email accounts differently at different times.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
I
I think
do
that's
too.
the downside, though, because let's say you start using your work phone and you make contacts there. You have to give that phone up. You have to give those emails up. You know, at some point when you either decide to go back to your personal or whatever, what do you do? How do you get
Well,
them
and
back?
we run into that with social media. You know, you have a work Instagram and a work Twitter that is owned by the company, but if you leave, you don't get to take that with you.
Yeah.
So then you do some of the stuff on your personal to keep the contacts. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of blurry lines right now, and
Yeah.
I think in Venice they are learning just how complicated
I would just
that
be
can
that. I would hate to be that employee where they're going through my personal phone.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're going to see a lot of pictures of my dog.
As long as that's all.
My
we'll be all right.
grandchildren, they're going to be so excited.
Well, a 3-second video has Dove soap and some very hot water. It starts with the line, ready for a Dove shower, and then shows a looping image of a black woman removing a dark brown t-shirt to reveal a white woman, who then removes her beige t-shirt to show a third woman. Dove has tried for years to take a socially conscious stand on beauty, but this ad is being criticized for offending, not celebrating diversity. What do you think?
I think they just made a mistake in their communication. I think they were saying, if you take off the skin, we're all alike underneath. But then what they sell is making your skin look good. So I think they just missed out on the point
I
there.
don't know. I think on paper, I can't imagine the meetings where somebody said, yeah, let's do that.
And not just one person. You
Right.
know how companies work. This went through multiple people.
Yeah, this was a bad move.
I
Bad
think
move.
that's the problem. People they're not trying to be offensive.
No.
But if you don't understand like some of the inner turmoil that people have been dealing with, you may look over certain things. You may think that, you know what, I don't see a problem with this, but for years African Americans have struggled with the idea of, you know, people trying to make them a little bit more whitewashed. You can't wear your natural hair, you can't do this, you can't do that. And there's like this almost like for a very long time there's a stereotype of the lighter you are, the better you are. And when you're already trying to tackle that and solve those misconceptions, ads like this don't help. But the problem is not everyone knows that. If you're not part of the culture and you're not trying to, not dealing with that on a regular basis, you wouldn't know that this would be offensive.
Yeah, because I think they really were saying, underneath, all of us are just alike.
Yeah.
But it didn't come through. It
This
didn't come
is
through
a-
at all.
Companies have to employ people that do see and understand all aspects
Yes.
of something
Yeah, you
like
have
that,
to have
especially
those
marketing.
more voices at the table. So you know,
Yes.
I can tell you that there are phrases that I used to use that I then found out had roots in racism. I did not know. Someone told me. I was so glad that they told me, and I don't use those phrases anymore. So unless you surround yourself with people that are going to make you a better person or a better company,
Yeah.
this type of ad happens.
The downside is a lot of people just don't find out until it's too late. Then you have a social or a marketing crisis.
Right. And this isn't their first either. So
You know, I deal with that every day. People talk about dumb old people. I'm very insulted.
Tell them, Linda.
I can understand that. Well, football star Cam Newton also had to do some apologizing as well this weekend. During a press conference, a female reporter asked him about the physical nature of some of the routes that he's been throwing. And Cam laughed and said, "That's pretty funny to hear a woman ask about football routes." Ooh. She was offended by that sexist, disrespectful comment. Cam said he was just being sarcastic and he meant no harm, but it has cost him. Dannon just pulled them from their ad campaign. He is no longer the face of Oikos yogurt. Again, really?
Well, I have dealt with that. When my husband was a coach with the Eagles, a policeman pulled me over, and he saw that I had an Eagles format, and he said, "Buddy Ryan was a better coach than Bud Carson." He didn't know who I was. And I said, "Bud Carson's stats are this, this, and this." And he said, "You get a ticket." And he said, "I never thought I'd be talking about football with a woman." And I said, "I never thought I'd be talking about football with a policeman." And I knew more about it than he did.
Did you ever tell him you were Bud's wife?
Well, when he saw my driver's license,
Did you still get the ticket?
That's probably why she got the ticket.
I did.
Seriously.
That's why you got the ticket. You should have been quiet.
I should have cried instead.
Well, and this is so similar to what Beth just said about Dove. I mean, for me, as a woman who's always known sports, been good at sports, loves sports, really in this day and age, you have to make a comment that you think women don't know about sports.
Yeah.
but it's exactly like what you're saying.
I just feel like people just don't realize that certain things are offensive, and it isn't until too late when they understand.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Instead of canning him, though, is it better to actually take him and make an example of like, hey, that wasn't a really smart thing to say. That was not a sensitive.
let him do a funny commercial.
Or have him do something. Have him volunteer for a women's organization instead of
To
just.
teach them
We
sports.
kill people off so quickly in the media these days that it would almost be better. Like let's make an example of this and see if he can.
I think that's a great idea. I don't understand why we don't do that more. Instead of make it a learning experience or a teaching experience, an opportunity to educate people on more social conscious actions or
good point.
comments.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think the corporations have that kind of time. So
No.
there's always another star.
You're out.
They put another football player in the
You're
story.
out.
There's always another one.
There always is. So a new statue may be part of the National Mall in Washington, D.C., and it's quite an eyeful. It is a 45-foot-tall, 16,000-pound naked woman. It would be there for 4 months as a statement against violence against women. So a group is seeking $90,000 in donations and volunteers to monitor this 24 hours a day once it is installed.
Okay, I know this is not what we're talking about, but what is the fire in that picture?
You know what? I should be able to explain this better than I'm going to. The group has to do with keeping the fire burning kind of thing and awareness.
I don't think this is another message that misses this point.
I would agree with that. All those families at the National Mall and a giant naked woman, is anybody going to understand what we're talking about?
You guys remember that 80s movie where the lady got really big and she became a giant and she was walking through New York City and she was just like, no one remembers this? I can't remember the movie. But
Like Attack of the Toads.
It was something. She was gorgeous, like, very sexual, whatever. But she's walking through the town with like a little bathing suit kind of thing and just destroying everything. That's what I think of when I see that.
This looks like the
I don't think that's the
sexual
message,
connotation.
And that's the actual point, is that they're trying to make women non-sexual to help
So
curb
you put
violence against women.
so you put a naked woman.
But
I missed the message.
it gets us talking about this organization, which maybe, had it been a monument of something else or a tree or something, maybe we wouldn't be talking.
I mean, it's a
We're
naked.
not giving money, though.
Yeah, if you don't want people to think about sex and women, don't put her in there naked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one's going to go. Yeah, I don't know.
PR. It's a PR nightmare.
The world needs more PR. All right, well, here's a positive PR story. Everybody loves a cute, bouncing baby girl, even one who weighs 140 pounds. Meet Winifred. She is Busch Gardens' newest baby rhino. She was born at the park in Tampa last week. Enjoy the cuteness now. She will gain as much as 4 pounds a day. She is headed to weigh more than 3,000 pounds as an adult. She will be a grown-up white rhino, and they are the largest species, and she is the cutest thing
I was concerned at the beginning of that intro. I was like, 140-pound baby.
Poor mother.
What kind of baby is what I was thinking.
A rhino.
That giant
That giant
statue.
rhino. Birthed that
Well, one thing we saw them in the wild in Africa, and one thing they said, don't make a rhino mad.
Yeah, the females are mean, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's what I
they
thought.
can protect themselves.
I bet they
That's
can.
the female statue they should have put up there. A rhino.
Good way to bring it back. Yes.
All right, we're going to check on our happy hour forecast when we come back, how Suncoast students are hacking their way to a better future.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. For the first alert weather, we're showing just a few isolated showers around, not much going on. Fairly dry atmosphere right now, a little bit of heavy activity located to the north and to the southeast of our particular area. But right now, 1 or 2 lone showers are in progress. You can see one there just to the east of Siesta Key. Also, some activity developing in the eastern portions of Manatee County. And right around Port Charlotte, 1 lone shower near Northport. So not a lot. A few isolated showers possible through this evening, right along that sea breeze, which is now confined to I-75. Currently, we have a few clouds in 86, the dew point 76. West winds are at 9, and the pressure 29.93 inches. Temperatures right now pretty warm inland, especially 91 in Avon Park, 90 in Arcadia, and 88 in Port Charlotte, 86, I should say, in Inglewood now, too. Winds out of the east, northeast at around 5 to 10. Well, more on this and New Ophelia, another storm out there in the Atlantic.
A group of Sarasota students tries to hack into the school's computer system. Obviously, this is a punishable offense, but the Sarasota schools choose to handle the situation a bit differently than you might expect. Here to explain is Joe Binswanger. He is the Director of Information Technology for Sarasota Schools. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's back up a little bit. What was this group of kids kind of trying to accomplish when they started messing with computers?
Well, we've actually had a variety of groups of kids and individual students over the last 18 months or greater that have just tried different things more out of curiosity than any type of malicious intent, attempting to become local administrators on the computer themselves or other examples I could give you, though I won't because I don't want to give anybody any idea.
Right, now I understand.
So
you were kind of explaining in layman's terms to me, because I needed it very simplified, that you kind of have various levels of protection from the IT point of view, and when somebody starts messing places they shouldn't go, it triggers an alarm to you.
Yeah.
Right. One of the ways we explain it is if you think of it, it's like multiple fences. And as one student or any individual attempts to jump one of the fences, alarms start to go off, and that's when we quietly begin to examine what are they doing and begin to contain them. In the examples with the students, we'd walk into classrooms or the media center or wherever and begin to ask them, what are you doing? And for some students, there is genuine malicious intent in what they've tried to do, and those we treat differently. But this particular group of students, it was more curiosity. You know, from a technology point of view, you're not going to go to your home and attempt to hack, if you will, into your home network because you know the security measures that are in place.
Right.
So as they investigate and are curious, hey, can I actually do this? What better place to try it than the school,
Absolutely.
right?
But I love the way you handled it. So once you decided there was no malicious intent, the school and you found a way to kind of capitalize on both their curiosity and their knowledge. Because obviously these are bright kids.
That was my thought, because many companies actually hire professionals to hack their system. And, no, they do, to find holes. That's how, you know, they hire a company and they do some research trying to figure out where the holes are.
Right. So what are you doing with these kids now?
Well, so what was really important to us is we had to look at what's our core business. What are we as Sarasota County Schools about? And we're about teaching and learning for every student every day and helping them to become college and career ready, right? And so for these students, what college career readiness are they interested in? Technology. So we actually had developed a program with the executive internship program at Riverview High School that has, where we actually had a student 3 years ago come in and spend half the year with us in the afternoons. We modified that program a little bit, and we have this group of students who preferred to kind of remain in the shadows, if you will, in terms of notoriety, that says, come in, we're going to teach you about virtualization, we're going to teach you about server infrastructure, we're going to teach you about all these things. Just a few weeks ago, we actually had the opportunity to take them to our data center. So to them, that's like, I know last week you all went to Disney World, right?
Yes, that's
For
their
them,
that's their
that
Disney
is
World.
their like
The
Disney
greatest toys in the world,
Yes,
yeah.
they were just They were taking selfies. And
That's
amazing. It was
Did
awesome
anybody
for them.
want the kids punished? I'm glad you didn't punish them. In this case, you're harnessing their knowledge. But did anybody want to see them get in trouble?
So when we say they weren't punished, they did have consequences at their school. So I want to be clear on that. But there's a difference between consequences at your school and having the hammer dropped on you, if you will.
Being expelled from school.
Right, and so for some students they did have some in-school suspension or some volunteer hours or something like that. But what's really come from this is a really positive story about how students are getting to harness the things that they're really interested in.
Absolutely.
In a positive way. For one student in particular, he's always been a B or C student through his entire academic career. He's a junior this year. Last year, for second semester, he got straight A's for the first time.
Wow.
And that was because his parents said to him, for you to continue to be involved in this, you have to get good grades.
And he was, so it was the
So-
motivator he needed. So have the parents been happy about the way this has been handled?
They've been thrilled because for the parents, now their kids who are interested in something that they have no real knowledge about are able to be with people that know what they're talking about and help put them on the right path. That's why we call it the White Hat Hackers Club, because if you know anything about it, there's the black hats and the white hats go back to the old westerns. You know, you know on the old westerns who the good guys and the bad guys were from the
These
hats
are the
they
good
wore.
guy hackers.
Well, that's our goal. Becoming the good guy hacker.
I love the way you've handled that.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
is
you,
so
you
good.
take
Yes.
experience and knowledge and funnel it into a positive manner. So that's
I love that.
It's a great school story. So big thanks to the Sarasota schools, certainly for their candidness and also creativity with all of our students. Coming up next, we're going to talk about breast health with Dr. Jenny.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you.
And for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 1-800-918-5654. Go online or visit a Target store today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
And welcome back. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we know that prevention and early detection is the key to beating the disease. So today we asked Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Age Vital Pharmacy how to be proactive in our breast health. All right, again, prevention is very important, and part of that is early detection. Tell me how people start to get into the habit of, looking and making sure they're healthy.
Well, number one, it's not just for women, because 13% of the breast cancer cases now are males, and that's just unheard of. Like, what is in our environment? What's causing men to actually get breast cancer. So one has to like wake up and go, what am I drinking? What am I eating? What am I around? I just spent, the whole entire, 3 days, this past 3 days, the Cancer Cure is big international conference just on cancer in general. So cancer is cancer. So it's not just, it's people,
not just breast
not just
or
breast. It's all,
pancreatic
the root cause is all still the same. But start, for women, it's like check yourself on a daily basis, looking, doing the test, the breast test, and for guys too, because then you're looking for lumps, you're looking for, discharge, you're looking for tenderness and lymph nodes.
But how important is it to, early detection? Like, is it curable once you get to like stage 1, but if you get to like a stage 4, does it make a difference?
I have fantastic news. It's curable at any stage because it is all environmentally related. And one of the big eye openers for me was, how cancer and mold, fungus, have the same similarities. And now they're linking mold, fungus in our environment. And then you're thinking of all the corn with all the mold and fungus. You're thinking of everything that's processed, that grows, fungus, mold, the mildew. And then, and when I'm doing those live blood cell analysis in-house at the pharmacy, I'm thinking, why does everybody have so much fungus in their blood cells with bacteria? So what's happening is the fungus and the bacteria are fighting because that's impossible for both of them to go together. So once you have bacteria and mold together, that is
creates a problem in your body.
Well,
tell me about the
abnormalities. So
tell me about
mitochondria is
the
cell.
symptoms that people can, when you start about breast cancer. What are some of the symptoms and signs that we need to be aware of?
Well, some of the most common symptoms are the lump in the breast. Someone's like, oh my gosh, what's going on over here? I know I felt it at one time or another. Discharge. I was just speaking to a young lady this morning. She says, I'm having purple discharge coming out of my nipples. I'm going, well, that's not normal. You need to go get yourself tested. Let's look at, different markers, protein markers. G protein, a big, huge marker for breast cancer. Change in shape. It starts, you drooping, or it looks a little bit sideways. It just doesn't look like a normal breast anymore. And the change in texture. So you're starting to lose a lot of, the texture. It almost feels fibrous. So you feel multiple, almost like a little tissue, like grainy.
And that's why a self-assessment is so important, because you'll notice changes, right?
Yeah, and that's better actually than the mammogram, because you can detect that and
definitely early stages of it before you even get into the doctor's office. Well, tell me about some things you could do as far as supplements and things to make sure your body is healthy and you're getting all the right nutrients.
One of the things I recommend now, because fasting is so important, anybody that has, bad habits, it's recommended, to fast for 2 to 3 days, nothing but water, just alkalining it with minerals.
Flushing your
system.
Yeah,
flushing your system, had a big 67% decrease in cancerous type cells, damaged cells in the body. So that's huge. I think people should fast for at least 2 days out of the month, just, in general. But increase of selenium, vitamin D, antioxidants. So you're talking everything that protects mitochondrial function, just increasing. I've seen stage 4 cancer without radiation, without chemo, 100% eradicated.
Wow.
Just by doing what the body needs, getting to the root cause of the disease, and not just, going in there with an A-bomb and, depleting your immune system.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jenny. And of course, if you want to get some tips on how to keep yourself healthy and early prevention, you want to go to Dr. Jenny's website, agevital.com, or just visit her in downtown Sarasota off Main. And next, we're going to get spooky. We're going to be making some pumpkins. We'll be right back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the barred IVC filters. Call the IVC filter hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Joey from Louise Modern. And Chef, I understand you have a new menu coming out, a little more seasonal for fall?
Yes, absolutely. It's very exciting. This is a fun time of year for us. We get to start tinkering around and playing with new recipes and stuff like that. So we really love this time of year.
Okay, and what we're making today will be on that menu, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, we look forward to it. We'll see you in a little bit. Bo Beth?
All right, well, ghosts and goblins are popping up all over, and we wanted to get into the spooky spirit by creating our own Halloween decorations. So our favorite mom blogger, Fun Money Mom, Lisa O'Driscoll, is here to help us make great jack-o'-lanterns without the mess. All right, well, I love this idea because when you start taking out the pumpkin guts, it really gets messy.
Yes, definitely. And I also like to keep all my fingers, and I'm scared to work with knives, and I certainly don't want to give my kids a knife to carve a pumpkin. So this is something I can do with them as well.
All right, so what are some of your ideas? Because I know you have a variety of different projects and crafts you could do.
Okay, well, what happened was I was in the dollar store, and I found these styrofoam pumpkins, and I thought for $1, I totally stocked up on them, and went home. One of the ideas I came up with was I just had these ribbons at home, and so I just decorated it. I glued them on, and it was super easy. And then I made some emoji pumpkins. I just sat at my computer and looked up emojis.
So timely and popular right now, emojis.
So at the dollar store, they were all orange, right? And then
Yes,
you were
they were
changing
all
the base
orange.
colors. How did you get the colors so uniform?
Yeah. Well, I painted with different things. Like this was spray paint. This gold was spray paint.
It turned out really well.
Yeah, well, I learned the hard way, don't use too much spray paint, because the first time I overdid it and it shrunk the styrofoam.
Oh,
so that was a throwaway, yes. But the second time I had learned my lesson. And then these yellow ones are just acrylic paint.
Okay.
And then the blue one, my daughter's named this the Cinderella pumpkin.
Yes.
I used paint that we had
Exactly.
left over from painting my daughter's bedroom.
Okay, so pretty much anything works.
Anything, yep, I just use anything I have in the house.
This is great because I know when we carve pumpkins, you know, I'm from up north, but you carve pumpkins, there's no way to keep them without rotting, and especially down here, it's still so hot. We've rubbed antibacterial gel on them. They still don't.
Right.
So this is good. These are going to stick around.
All right, so we're going to start with Joe. What is he doing over there?
He is making an emoji pumpkin. Which one did you decide
I'm trying to
make?
do the kiss. You know, the little eyes closed kiss one.
Yes.
Yes. So now I just need to put the blushed cheeks.
Oh, that
But
looks
I love
great.
the ones you did in the center are great. And I have the research right here on my phone.
Oh, there you
Looking at
go.
my emojis.
And Linda, she's decorating hers a little bit with some sparkly. Tell me what's the difference, and can you just use any sticker, or how do you get the sparkles on it?
Yeah, I just use, I found these ribbons at, I think these were at Michael's, and they're sticky backs. So you can just peel off the back and stick them right on.
It's so easy, too. I'm just shocked at that.
Yeah, and then these gems are also sticky on the back, so you can just stick those on as well.
This is so much fun, and it's easy. I love it when it's easy.
Yeah, so kids can do it, and I honestly had more fun than my kids. I love doing this, especially the glittery ones.
All right, you mentioned the one that has the ribbons. So I'm doing one of those right now. And so you just cut the ribbon and wrap it around and use some
little
glue gun?
hot glue, yeah.
And go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you just hot glue it on, and you can do it however you want. You can do it all one color, you can mix it up. And I found it sticks really well. I wasn't sure if the hot glue would melt the styrofoam at all, but it doesn't. It works really well with it.
Well, Beth got the hot glue because she's the most crafty.
She's the advanced
They
one.
figured it's okay if I burn myself.
I burned myself a few times. It's okay.
Well, and I like it because if you're doing a certain kind of theme at home, now you can tailor your pumpkins to that theme or that color.
Or not only that, I feel like with the hot glue, if you do make a mistake, you can easily rip it off and start over.
Oh, and I did that. I have a teal pumpkin that I created. Do you guys know about the teal pumpkin project?
Hey, let's talk about that. I know you brought in the teal pumpkin that's down in front. Tell us what it means if we see a teal pumpkin.
If you see a teal pumpkin on somebody's porch for trick-or-treating, it means they have allergy-free treats for kids that can't eat certain candies. So you can just buy little trinkets at, Party City, little bouncy balls, or just anything non-edible. For those kids that have allergies. And so parents will know if you have a teal pumpkin on your porch that that is a safe place for.
And what a great idea, and how easy for all of us to pick up something that's allergy-free and just have it,
right?
And then a good reason to make a teal pumpkin.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good
How's Stephanie's emoji?
You know what, I'm doing all right. I went a little rogue. I mean, I kind of wanted something spooky, right? So I went with
a little scary.
Well, everything I draw is a little scary. That sort of has the look of the tongue out emoji.
It does. You did a good job.
Now, you brought some other ideas down front, I know, and what I love is that all of these can be done by any child, any age. The whole family can get involved. So talk to us about the glittered pumpkins that you have.
Well, my girls love glitter, so we had to make a glitter pumpkin, and I just kind of went with it. I covered it with glue and sprinkled purple on, and then sprinkled a little silver.
That's
and
really cool.
voila,
I
love
that.
I love
now,
that
did you spray
pumpkin.
Mod Podge or anything on it, or is it staying?
Okay, so on that one, yes, I painted it with Mod Podge and then sprinkled the glitter, and then I had a little really narrow foam brush, and I used that for the silver and did that over the top of the purple
you didn't put any kind of sealant on top? We're not like shedding glitter everywhere. It seems to be doing okay.
It is shedding a little bit, but
the car doesn't look so good.
I do that, so I understand.
I heard your husband is kind of like ready for this craft to be finished.
Yes. Oh my gosh, for the last week, my kitchen counter and kitchen tables have been covered in glitter, glue, paint, ribbons, and pumpkins. He couldn't find anywhere to put his tea yesterday. So,
this is so much better.
I love this
I
one.
love this one.
one's so
I
artsy.
love that. Isn't that gorgeous?
How did you do that?
Okay, this one was super messy, but so much fun. Oh my gosh. So you glue crayons to the top of the pumpkin, and then you take a hairdryer and just blow it until they start to melt. And it goes everywhere, but it looks so good when it's finished.
All right, so you need a sheet for that one.
You need something.
Yes.
That might be an outdoor project. So you can get the crayons hot enough with a hairdryer.
Yes, and it was actually easier than I thought. I thought it might take a while for them to melt, but they started melting after
Anyone
about 15
who's ever
seconds.
left crayons in the car.
Yes, exactly. And the fact that these are only $1, hey, it's not too much to, when it's done,
Some
just
great
getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Very creative.
All right, well, thank you so much, Lisa. And you guys can find out more about all her craft projects and other things by going to her blog and her website, funmoneymom.com. And next, Southeastern Guide Dog is going to reveal their new pups on parade. We'll be right back after we finish our crafts.
Oh, this may be a while.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A concentrated effort to get more drugs off the streets. The The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office explains the results of its new initiative. Plus, a FEMA center in the middle of a Suncoast mall. What help is being offered to those still struggling to recover from Hurricane Irma? Now let's get a check on our forecast with First Alert meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Jacqueline. We are watching a few very isolated showers right now. Not a lot going on, and it should stay that way too overnight. Just a 20% chance for a passing shower here and there. You can see one lone shower down south in the western portions of Charlotte County and South Sarasota. And here's the sea breeze setup right here. Once in a while, we'll get an isolated shower to pop up. You can see that activity there just to the east of Inglewood. That is pushing off to the west. Northport, you have a shower developing right near you. Currently, it's warm out there, lots of sunshine. We'll have more at 5.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Have you noticed all the new puppies around the Suncoast? There are more than 90 puppies and dogs larger than life on display across our area. These are gorgeous sculptures designed to raise money for Southeastern Guide Dogs. And here to talk about the fundraising are the Associate Director of Philanthropy, Doris Berkey, and the man behind the statue, Scott Joseph Moore. Welcome, you two. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about the superheroes on parade.
You could start.
Well, the Superheroes on Parade, it's the second year that we've had it here in Sarasota County and the Manatee County area. This year we branched out and we went into Tampa and we went into St. Pete, which was fabulous. We actually did total of 100 and something dogs between both of them. So it actually ended up being 101.
Oh, how perfect.
I know, it's been
not Dalmatians.
Yeah, not Dalmatians, yeah, but our superheroes. So we did some of the puppies here in this county because last year we did our larger than life big dogs.
Right.
And so then we offered the puppies this year. And so we're doing both next.
Oh, that's fun. Now, the awards were just presented, right?
Yes, it was so much fun.
Oh, I bet.
And we had somebody that you all know as our MC, Joey.
Oh, Joey!
It was a great event.
Yes, that's awesome.
To see the artists and the sponsors come together is always great. And I love that the campaign has gone over the Skyway Bridge to Tampa and St. Pete.
Well, who won?
Well, we actually had 3 winners in every category. So we had 3 winners in St. Pete, we had 3 winners in Tampa, and then we had 3 winners in Sarasota for Sarasota. And right down in front here, we brought the puppies with us this morning so that you can see the puppies that won in Sarasota.
Those are the winners.
Yes.
Well, Scott, you designed last year's dog statues and then this year's puppy statues. What goes into a design like this?
Well, first of all, a whole lifetime of working towards being an artist, being a working artist that makes money at it. Finally getting to the place in my career where I'm actually able to make a living with it. And so last year when they asked me to do the initial dog, the superhero dog, it was super exciting for me. And the whole project has been transformational in my life because, first of all, because of the great cause of Southeastern Guide Dogs and what it means to receive one of these dogs. For some of the people, the stories that I've heard are just amazing. And I mean, it's made me so much more grateful for, first of all, my eyes and my capabilities, my talents, able to use those to bring awareness to the cause and to bring funding to the cause has just been a great gift for me.
Speaking of the design, so you said it was 100 and something of them, 101. So how do you design all of them? That's a lot.
Well, so the initial piece is a sculpture made of clay. I have to do a steel armature to hold the clay steady while I make this sculpture, and then we take a mold from that so that we can cast out as many as we.
Okay. But they are a little different. Like I see the yellow lab has like a coarser coat, the black lab's a little smoother.
That was actually added by the artist.
Okay, so you provide the base, and then the artist makes that distinction. Because it's amazing to me how 100 labs can all look different.
Just alike can look
We
different.
bring
So how
white
do you?
dogs around. So More Art Expressions, my team and I cast the pieces, and then we brought the white dogs around. And everyone receives a white dog, but a lot of times they'll change, they'll add things. But in fact, last year you all at ABC7 sponsored a dog, and Alexa Snyder was actually working with More Art Expressions throughout the year. She just moved out to California, but she added a crown and animals climbing up on it.
The artists have the
It was
option.
very whimsical, yes.
Yeah, so you match sponsors and dogs. How do you do that?
Well, it's a lot like matchmaking. So we had to do our research, and we had hundreds of artists volunteer, but we matched local artists with local, so the local sponsors. So it was a Sarasota artist or a Manatee artist in the area that did their dog, and the same way in Tampa and St. Pete. So we had Tampa and St. Pete artists, we had Tampa, and we had Sarasota artists, and so we have to look what their artwork is like, what they do, what they're interested in, and then we match them with the sponsor and what they were interested in. We put them together, and then together they worked on what their design was going to look like.
And it's amazing.
And you can see these
they're
dogs.
So different.
They're going to be all over Sarasota, St. Pete, and Tampa. And the superheroes on parade are available for viewing all over Sarasota. So go check them out. For more information about where they are, for one thing, and about Southeastern Guide Dogs, visit their website. Next, the big reveal of our caricature from last week.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
My life motto is keep moving.
And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
We had a great time celebrating our 3rd anniversary, playing a game. The name of our teams, Team Wino and Team, was it I Have to Pee? Stop to Pee. Yes, that would be because Joey and Linda constantly have to stop and go to the restroom when we are on outings together. But Team Wino did prevail with our game, and we continue to have fun and learn lots more about each other. A very fun 3rd anniversary party, and also a big thanks to Michael White. He is a local character artist who came on to draw us. And he actually had done this a couple of years prior, so it was appropriate to celebrate again. Well, Beth has a finished product here, and I love the way he has put in some pops of color on us. With little red lips show our spirit and our excitement, and of course, that is our little happy family after 3 years on Suncoast View. So.
We haven't changed much from the first year.
I don't think so.
At least in the picture.
Exactly. We're going to make sure we keep looking young in characters. All right. Well, we're excited to be on our 4th season here with all of you, and we're very excited to join Louise Modern in the kitchen.
Who's torching?
Fire.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Until recently, getting older meant losing your energy, memory, sex drive, even gaining weight, but it doesn't have to.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Wilkins, owner of Age Vital Pharmacy Research and Wellness. Reversing or slowing the effects of aging can be as simple as supplementing vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your body needs in order to look and feel young again. At Age Vital, we do this without taking harmful prescription drugs that often have a longer list of side effects than benefits. Growing older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Age well, age vital.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Veterans Day will be here soon. Why the city of Sarasota is looking for a specific group of veterans to honor in this year's parade. In First Alert traffic right now, there's a crash in Lakewood Ranch area. It's on Health Park Way at Town Center Parkway, so you may want to avoid that area if possible. Back to Bob now for another look at the weather.
Thanks, Scott. Right now, the showers around are very isolated at this point, and some drier air has slipped in. You can see 1 or 2 lone showers popping up here and there down in South Sarasota County near Englewood. Also, right there in between Fruitville and Clark Road, I should say, again, that pushing off toward the west right now. And we also have a few, as I said, down south near Northport, 1 lone shower there. Also near Englewood. This is pushing to the west, so Englewood expect a brief downpour there. We'll have the latest on our forecast to take a look at a new tropical storm today at 5.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make 1 monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Juicy sizzling steak, ice cold drinks, over $3,000 in raffle prizes, and wagging tails? That's right, Polo Grill and Bar is hosting Tips for Tails. So bring your canine companion out for a party on October 11th from 5:30 to 9:30. Enjoy happy hour prices with celebrity bartenders, a canine kissing booth, and over $3,000 of raffle prizes. 100% of all tips go directly to care for the lovable pups at Dante's Den.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a Party with a Purpose here on the Suncoast has donated more than $1.3 million to find a cure. We'll learn about Key to the Cure and talk to breast cancer survivors. Plus, Halloween costumes without the cost. You can DIY Halloween. We will learn more about that. And art that gets delivered to your doorstep in a monthly craft box, plus Indian cuisine in the kitchen.
And welcome back. We are here with Chef Joey from Louis Modern. First of all, great name. But we are making ahi tuna. Settle a debate. It's spelled poke. Is it pokey, poke?
Poke.
Poke.
It is definitely not poke.
Poke, no poke. All right, which essentially, what is the definition of poke?
So it's a traditional Hawaiian dish. It's classic. It's usually made with raw tuna. However, if you go to Hawaii itself, you go to the market there, you may find wahoo, you may find mussels, you can find all sorts of stuff.
But we're doing it with tuna today, so let's get started.
We're going to stick to the classic. So we're going to get started. We'll marinate the tuna at first. You don't want to marinate it too long, but you do want to let it sit for a little while so it soaks up all that soy sauce and sesame oil. So first we got a little bit of soy sauce.
Any specific one, like the one with low sodium or anything like that?
I like low sodium personally, but really it's, personal preference is fine.
Doesn't taste different?
It's just going to be a little bit less salty, and
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So sesame oil is going to be real light here.
Oh yeah. A little goes a long way, right?
Exactly.
With sesame oil.
Very, very strong flavor. And then the chili paste. The chili paste is my favorite part. If you're scared of it, you can go light on it. If you love it, put as much as you want in there.
I think we're a spicy bunch.
No, this is a chili garlic sauce you can buy at the local Asian markets. You may even be able to find it in like a Whole Foods or Publix or something like that. So. We're just going to stir this up a little bit, let that start to marinate, set it aside, and while that's there, we can start to torch our avocado.
Oh,
right,
I can't
so you
wait
told me
for
to hold
this.
this and turn it on,
Yep.
right?
Here, you got it, yeah. Yep, and pull the trigger.
Whoa.
I got a lot of hairspray on.
All right, and then let's do this one right here. You're just going to torch all over. It's going to slowly start to brown, and you're just going to get like a really nice smoky flavor on that avocado.
It's like I'm lighting it on fire.
Why are we torching avocado? Because obviously we could eat it raw.
Well, of course, and if you're going to do this dish at home, it's not required.
It's just fun.
But it's fun, and it adds another dimension to the dish.
It does taste different. It brings out a flavor.
Because why not put fire to it?
Absolutely. So it's going to give you a little bit of smoky flavor. So while you're finishing that up, I'll go ahead and start to build the plate here. So we've got also some grilled pineapple that I grilled ahead of time.
Not with the torch.
Not with the torch.
Sorry to interrupt, but how long do I do this for? I feel like I may be burning it.
Well,
about you.
A good amount of color is going to work well for it. You can get it nice and black in there.
And grilled pineapple, that brings out some of the sweetness.
Exactly. It works perfectly for something like the pineapple.
And then seaweed as well?
Yes, so this is a wakame salad. Again, you can pick that up at your local Asian market. I got some nice fresh diced mango here.
Oh, nice.
It looks really pretty, all those colors.
Stephanie got scared, so she kind of
waving that thing around over
trying
here.
to turn it off.
All right, and then we can start to place our tuna.
Linda's right, it's a very colorful dish.
Yes.
It looks amazing and healthy.
Yes, it's very nice, very light, very healthy.
And you said this will make an appearance on the new menu at Louis Modern?
Yes, so we're going to shoot for about the second week of November, to launch the new menu. So be looking forward to that. You're going to have a lot of nice, creative, kind of food from around the world.
I love the changes that you guys are making there, by the way.
And Bobette did a great job on that.
Absolutely.
Torched
Yeah, no, the avocado
avocado.
looks really cool. So she got it done.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, and then
Well
the last
done.
thing to finish this dish is some nice homemade taro root chips.
And they're amazing. I sampled.
These, I love these. You can just buy these at any market as well, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yep,
Great.
adds a little crunch,
pretty.
a little salt, and very creative. So thank you very much to Chef Joey from Louise Modern. We are certainly enjoying the Hawaiian ahi tuna poke, and that is something you'll be able to find on their new fall menu. So thanks for that. I think we're going to get to dig in, I hope. I see Joey's already eating. They're picking away down there.
We like all the ingredients separately. We can't wait to try them all together.
Exactly. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day and take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Good.
Good.
All right.